Utah State had a Heisman campaign going on for Chucky Keaton, the junior quarterback, before he was injured in Game 6 against BYU. A lot of people thought he could be a dark horse to make a trip to New York City, but against BYU on this scramble, blows out his knee. Had surgery in late October. 8-month recovery they're looking at, hoping he's good to go for next fall.
We got him on the sidelines now with a headset on. He looks like an undergraduate assistant coach. He's helping out with the quarterbacks.
Now, they said that he wanted to give signals, but Matt Wells said, you're not doing that. I don't want you to get used to giving signals. You're not a signal giver, you're a signal getter.
That's exactly right.
Second quarter begins with a 2nd and 16. And a play action pass from Garrettson. Zipping one for Van Leeuwen. And it's popped loose. Jimmy Ward flew over to draw it away from Van Leeuwen and set up 3rd and long.
It was great coverage to start with, but Jimmy Ward is all over the field. You talk about a free safety. Watch him come in from the right side of your screen now. There's the coverage. He's going to come in and just make sure, and he does a good job of a legal hit, not hitting above the shoulders, not striking with the crown of his helmet. Hits with his shoulders right in the body of the receiver.
Good coverage from Marlon Moore, the corner as well. 3rd down and 16. Utah State on average has faced 3rd and 10. 4-man pressure picked up. Garrettson, good field in the pocket. Hit Natson, who fell. And Natson could have run for at least a 1st down. It's now 4th down and about a dozen.
And there were 2 issues there. The throw itself and then the way and style he had to catch it. If he'd caught it with his hands and not his body, he could have kept running. And that's just experience on both ends.
So 2nd field goal attempt for Nick Diaz, who hit his first from 31. Again, NIU has blocked 4 field goals this season, and Diaz has had 4 blocked. From 39. And Diaz knocks it right down the middle. So a couple of Nick Diaz field goals accounting for the scoring in the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Back here in San Diego, 6-0 Utah State early on in the 2nd quarter with Mike Bellotti, Kara Capuano, Joe Davis here at the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl. NIU trying to rebound from that disappointment, falling just short of another BCS bid, still with a chance to get a school record 13th win. Do you sense any bit of that lack of motivation that folks feared they might come in with?
Not yet. The reality is they've been outplayed, but they're only down 1 score, and the primary difference has been on special teams, which sometimes that takes a little bit longer to get back in sync.
Paris Logan back to receive Jake Thompson's kick, and Logan coming out from the 1. Utah State, one of the top coverage teams in the country. We check into the studio with Robert Flores.
All right, guys, this instant replay is brought to you by the new Surface. And in our earlier game this evening in Detroit, Pittsburgh's James Conner, career-high 229 rushing yards. That is a school bowl record, all part of a 30-27 win for the Pittsburgh Panthers. Guys.
All right, that's over at Bowling Green, team that, of course, beat NIU in that MAC championship game. Jordan Lynch in this Northern Illinois offense back to Deron Brown. Instead, it's Lynch. Patient running across the 25. Brian Sweet with a tackle. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. Northern Illinois off to a slow start offensively. This is a team that tonight has become the #1 offense in MAC history, passing Ben Roethlisberger's Miami team from 2003. More than 7,000 yards this season for the Huskies. Lynch well protected. His favorite throw is that wide side out, and he puts it on the number to Deron Brown for a 1st down.
Throwing to his left. His quarterback coach, Bob Colt, said, I have no idea why, but that's his favorite throw, and he does execute that very well. That was thrown even before the receiver came out of the break.
Yeah, as a quarterback coach or an O coordinator, you'd prefer that it was a different throw, that it was his favorite, right? I mean, a wide side out?
Yeah, it's, you know, I don't mind. I think that's better than throwing to your right, to tell you the truth. I think most guys can throwing to the left. And again, one of the things they're doing now is coming out throwing on first down, which is catching Utah State off guard just a little bit.
Hit Tommy Lee Lewis for first down into Utah State territory. Again, this slow start for NIU. Credit's got to go to Utah State. This is one of the nation's best defenses, holding teams to 17 points a game. 3 straight throws. Desroy Maxwell, only his 10th catch of the season. Sophomore out of Evanston, Illinois, getting 7. And it'll be 2nd down and 3 as Brian Sweet gets his 6th tackle.
Yeah, that Utah State defense has been downright stingy. In 4 of the last 6 games, they've held opponents to 10 points or less for the entire game.
Play action. Off pressure, able to dump it off, and Spencer heading jarred loose. Quentin Bird, a 5th-year senior from Miami, nails Spencer and makes it 3rd and 4.
I tell you what, the wheel route snuck him out of the backfield wide open. As you can see it from ground level right here, has the ball, and then, oh my gosh, that rocked him all the way down to his pants.
Bird, a guy that battled back from a torn ACL to get ready for this season. 3rd down and 4 for NIU. And Utah State going to use its 2nd timeout.
Utah State, their 2nd of the half.
We'll take the timeout with them, and NIU down 6. So we'll have it 3rd and 4 when you come back.
The 2013 San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl is brought to you by San Diego County Credit Union. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Honda, where you can get great deals during happy Honda days. And the Quicksilver card from Capital One. Earn 1.5% cash back on every purchase.
Back in San Diego, Utah State with a 6-0 lead. Northern Illinois with a 3rd down and 4, maybe 4-down territory here.
I think it's 4-down territory. You're too long for a field goal. You punt it in the end zone, you're only going to gain 15 or 20 yards. I think he's got 2 downs to get the 1st down.
They'll go to Cameron Stingley, running through the arms of A.J. Patayali'i and getting a 1st down to the 36. Yeah, you're looking at a 3rd down and 4. You're the best run offense in MAC history. You got to feel good about getting a chance to get a 1st down in 2 plays.
I agree, and I think right now you're only down 1 score. They need to get some points now because they put together a pretty good drive.
Now, last drive was 14 plays. Came up empty-handed when Sims missed a field goal. Here's Brown. The defense is there. Zach Vigil comes over and rips him. Former walk-on, finishing up his 2nd season as a starter, and one of those really good linebackers on this team.
Yeah, the Vigil brothers now started tonight. They're both doing a great job. But the reality, too, is the team offensively is saying, we don't want to worry about field goals. Let's get a touchdown.
Northern Illinois, 8th in the country, 41 points a game. He boots and throws low. Sprawling attempt from Lewis, and he pulls it in for a 1st down. 2nd of the MAC in receptions, gets another to move the chains.
Great job by Tommy Lee Lewis here. This is not a well-thrown ball, but he has to dive down, pick it off the fingertips, control the ball through contact with the ground. For not a very tall guy, he's got great range. He's got that makeup speed to get to the ball in the air.
He missed the last 2 regular season games with a lower leg injury. Played in the MAC championship game, but still not 100%. So had a good start to this one. From the 24, Stingley straight ahead. And Stingley breaking tackles to run down to the 16. He said earlier this week that this Utah State defense is good, but they've not played a team that's downhill. We'll be the first team that comes at them.
Well, Stingley punishes people. I'll tell you what, you hear that crap, but that's a lot of guys on defense taking some hits.
Downhill again. Frankie Sutira makes the tackle, but close to moving the chains here. Utah State defense only twice has given up a 100-yard rusher. Jay Ajayi from Boise State, Tim Cornette from UNLV. On 3rd and short, Stingley contacted in the backfield, but those strong legs powering forward to get a 1st down.
That's 240-plus pounds, and he runs over his pads. That's the good thing. You see his pads ahead of his knees, but the legs keep driving. Watch right here. Watch the body lean here. He picks his way through, but then he keeps driving, gets the forward body lean, and drives with the legs and actually pulls people for a couple yards.
Deepest that Northern Illinois has moved tonight. Here's Jordan Lynch making a nice cut down to the 9. Sutero with his 7th tackle, making the start in place of the injured Maurice Alexander.
Jordan Lynch is not a power runner. He has great patience. He sets up block. He sees the field very well. He usually falls forward. He doesn't take big hits, so he knows how to protect the ball by protecting himself.
Good fumble on the first possession. Very rare fumble for him. Handed this one off to Stingley. Jake Dowdy, one of the nation's top 10 tacklers, gets another. That makes it 3rd down and 4.
Now here, funnily enough, I would say this is not 4-down territory. This is put points on the board, because if you don't get it, you're probably kicking what amounts to an extra point.
Lynch trying to find room and does to the 1. It's 1st down and goal for Northern Illinois.
As I said, his patience, his ability to feel set-up blocks and then feel the lull or the opening in the defense. He sets up the blocks, he finds the crease, and he finishes falling forward.
And with that run, now for the first time in program history, 2 1,000-yard rushers. They now become the best combo of rushers in NCAA history. Talking Stingley and Lynch. Empty set on 1st and goal, and Jordan Lynch fighting to the goal line and in for the touchdown. Took a 1.5, but the Heisman finalist gets touchdown number 99 of his career.
Did I say he wasn't a power back? Maybe I should rephrase that. Take a look right here at the drive. Same thing, crease. All you got to do is crease the plane of the goal line. Tremendous job of protecting the football.
So he and Stingley passing Lendale White and Reggie Bush from that 2005 USC team for the most rushing yards from 2 teammates in a season. Jordan Lynch, 24-3 in his career, trying to finish his college career with a victory. Got him down to the 1 and then powered his way into the end zone. The Huskies up by a point. Jordan Lynch was a triple option quarterback at Mount Carmel High School, south side of Chicago. Northern Illinois was his only Division I offer as a quarterback. He's turned into one of the most prolific quarterbacks in college football history, getting it done not just as a runner, but throwing the ball effectively on that drive and throughout his 2 years as a starter. Utah State gets it again. Here comes Tay Glover Wright, trying to get to the edge, but no luck. That might be a horse collar tackle with a flag coming in. Marlon Moore getting a hold of the back of those shoulder pads.
Horse collar or face mask, got something illegal there going on.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle. Kicking team number 21. 15 yards will be added to the end of the play. 1st down.
And obviously a lot of speed. You got to reach out, and he gets him. You can see it immediately dragged down and got that jersey way up high in the collar.
So those 15 yards move it out to the 35. Utah State goes back to work with true freshman Daryl Garrettson. DiMartino. Boy, that penetration from the defensive line blowing the play up, but DiMartino reversing field and getting a remarkable 6-yard gain.
That's a 40-yard run for a 6-yard gain. I'll tell you, tremendous strength. He did a great job of fighting off too much penetration up inside. You see it from this angle. Just grab it. The good thing is that they kept blocking. He fought off and got all the way around the backside. Nice job, and he punished the would-be tackler.
I think Daryl Garrettson even tried to throw a block.
Yeah. The operative word was try there.
Tried, yeah. 2nd and short. DiMartino again. First down for Joey DiMartino, who entered the year with less than 160 career yards. Wasn't even on the depth chart last year. Battled through a fractured forearm. Battled through a fractured face that came in an altercation with a teammate. Broken eye socket. Had to have surgery. And with injuries and with his own solid performance, has turned in a career year, capping his career in his hometown of San Diego. From the 45, JoJo Natson.
That's the changeup artist. When he's in the backfield, he's not there to block. He's probably going to carry the ball in some fashion or another.
5'7", 150, and even put on 15 pounds in the offseason. So what is it, 5'7", 135?
That's probably ringing wet. I mean, you're gonna...
Lined up in the slot to the top of your screen now. 2nd down and 8. Garrettson rolls. Throws on the move. Out of the reach of Van Leeuwen. It's 3rd down and 8 with a coverage from Paris Logan.
3rd down and 8 is behind schedule, behind the chains. You don't want to get to that because it allows the defense now to more dictate terms. They like moving the pocket, obviously, because they're very concerned about their drop back protection. So you got to throw it quick and allow the receiver to run for that 1st down. The longer you hold the ball, the more pressure you put on the offensive line.
The Aggies converted their first 2 3rd downs, 4 straight 3rd down stops for NIU. 4-man rush picked up. Marshall out of the backfield. Spins off for 1 tackle, but short. It'll be 4th down and 2 or 3. Any chance you go for it here?
I don't think so. I think it's a 1-point ball game. This should pin them way down if the punt is executed correctly. And that's a huge field position change. You don't want to give the ball midfield.
Matt Williams goes back to return this punt. Jaron Benchard, who had a 59-yarder down inside the 5 in his first one. Over his head again. Bouncing inside the 5. And they'll say that one was effectively done. And now they're going to say that it was a touchback. So a touchback, and Jordan Lynch back to work with a 1-point lead when you come back. How about this Saturday in Capital One Bowl Week? Rutgers and Notre Dame start the day at noon in the Pinstripe Bowl from New Era. Then at 3:20, you've got Cincinnati, North Carolina, Miami, Louisville, and it all finishes with Michigan and Kansas State in the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. Capital One Bowl Week on Saturday all day on ESPN. Northern Illinois back on offense. Jordan Lynch into space for 7 yards on 1st down.
Feeling more comfortable running up inside. As I said, I think he's one of the best reader of blocks, setting up blocks, and then getting in those vertical creases. He does it so well.
And he's been running the football pretty much his entire life. Was a running back until, as a freshman, they moved him to quarterback, but in a triple option offense. Freshman of high school, that is. Stingley swings out. They leave him underneath to get a 1st down. Quentin Bird with a tackle on a gain of 6. That Vigil there as well. You
know, talking about Jordan Lynch, watching him fight for that touchdown at the end reminded me of the statement his coaches made that he fought his way to school every day when he was young. So what the heck? Why wouldn't he be a fighter on the field?
South side of Chicago. Blue collar kid playing in a blue collar program. Motto with this team is the hard way. Stingley dropped for a loss by Zach Vigil. And it'll be 2nd down and long.
And I got to believe that was a change-up play just to say that we will run Cameron Stingley to the sideline because he's not built for that. He's built for power, not quite for speed. So I'd rather see him be the guy going inside up the field.
6'1", 245. Redshirt junior out of Romeoville, Illinois. Former linebacker. 2nd down and 10, and a rare straight drop for Lynch. In the zone, Ickes settles down on a 1st down at a 45. 3rd catch for Luke Ickes, who had just 9 during the first 13 games.
And they talk about him being one of the real guys they count on. He's got a block like a lineman, run routes, catch the ball. And Jordan Lynch doing a great job with his timing, his reads right now, and his release. He's really feeling in rhythm.
It's at 13-17. Fakes the throw, takes off for 4 yards with a flag down in the area of holding.
Holding. Offense number 42, 10 yards. Replay, 1st down.
That's Stingley.
He becomes a lead blocker in a lot of these plays. And if we can see him just on the left side right here, see him just right there when he sort of doesn't release. When that guy starts to separate, you got to release the hold.
3rd Northern Illinois penalty for 40 yards and some critical ones for this NIU team. Stingley downhill, runs right over the defender. That was Brian Sweet, who gives up about 40 pounds to Stingley, getting run over for 9 yards.
And I'll tell you what, that was a good form tackle. He was in a very good position to make that play. But watch this. Boom. It's momentum, guys. It's size times speed.
So 2nd down, 11. The clock moves to 3 minutes in this opening half. Lynch throwing the fade, has Brown, and a 1st down across the 35. Deron Brown, who's still not full strength with that hamstring injury, getting 24.
I can see why Bob Cole, the quarterback coach, is raving and loves Jordan Lynch. This is a great touch ball put right on that outside shoulder, thrown way early to a spot on the field.
Yeah, beating Nevin Lawson, an All-American. From the 32. Lynch, all kinds of time. Putting the defense in a tough spot here. But a good job by the backers to rally. Zach Vigil got there. 2nd and 10.
Great discipline and patience by the defense. When he broke, somebody had to come with secondary contain. They could have left the receiver. They stayed with both and forced him to run out of bounds for no gain. That's a tremendous play by a defense. When you get stretched, you really find out how disciplined you are.
6 all Mountain West players on this defense. 6 seniors, 3 juniors. Your underclassmen, you get a freshman that's emerged because of an injury and a sophomore that's All-American caliber player. 2nd down, here's Spencer. The redshirt junior makes a nice cut to make it 3rd down and short.
You're seeing more holes right now being opened up, whether it's the fatigue setting in a little bit for Utah State or a little bit more confidence with the offensive line, a little bit more push by the front guys for NIU.
And NIU, which said they wanted to move as fast as humanly possible, understanding where the clock is, grinding some now. They fake to Lewis, give to Stingley, but penetration shuts it down, and it's going to be 4th down. Paul Pucala, one of the emotional leaders of this defense, with a penetration, 4th down and 3.
And the one thing they did not allow Cameron Stingley to get his pads down in front of him. They stood him up and then rallied to the cause.
Right now, the offense still out there. You can see it in Jordan Lynch's face. He wants to stay out there and give it a shot. They do have all 3 timeouts, so maybe wind it down, use one, and think about it.
Yeah, I think coach is really just trying to take all the time off the clock that he can, and he'll make a decision whether he wants to go for it or kick the field goal. But my guess is when they're doing this, they're probably thinking field goal.
Timeout. Northern Illinois, their first of the half, 32nd timeout.
Check in with Robert Flores.
All right, guys, coming up at the half, we've got the details on a record-setting performance by a Pitt Panther earlier tonight. It's a major loss for Michigan State. Why they're going to be without a team captain for their upcoming Rose Bowl game against Stanford. And what's next at Texas? Jesse Palmer has some thoughts on the Longhorns head coaching search. That's coming up at the half.
All right, Robert, looking forward to it. 4th down and short here for NIU. What would you do in this situation?
You know, I tell you, I would probably kick the field goal, but it sounds like the longer they talk, I think they're thinking about going for it, because Jordan Lynch is going back on the field.
Best rushing offense in MAC history. Why not for Rod Carey in a bowl game, no less?
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a number count. If they like the matchup outside, they're going to throw the ball. If they don't like what's in the box, if there's not enough, they'll run it.
8 in the box. Lynch, left side. Didn't get it. Utah State's defense shuts it down.
You know, 8 in the box, even with the quarterback carrying the ball, means you probably should have thrown the ball outside. A simple number count, but they believe in Jordan Lynch that much.
It was Kyler Fackrell combining with Frankie Sutera.
And we talked about Fackrell has the length and the width and just the ability, but it was the point of attack there that Utah State just whipped him at the point of attack, did not allow the quarterback to gain any type of momentum.
Barry Allen, our statistician, just lets us know last 3 drives for NIU, 40 plays, more than 200 yards, and just 7 points. They missed a field goal, and here they turn it over on downs at the 25. Let's see what Utah State does. They throw on 1st down. They complete it to Ronald Butler. I'll be seeing what they get on that 1st down play and deciding from there. They get just 5 and have just 1 timeout.
Yeah, this will be interesting. They're not in a great position from the standpoint of where they are on the field, but they're still probably going to take some shots and think about the no huddle 2-minute concept.
Need to get to the 35 to get to within Thompson's range. Garrettson with a long throw, dangerous throw because of it. Logan tackling Natson right at the sticks.
Every play now has to be a 1st down, out of bounds, or touchdown. So that's the order priority. Or maybe I should say touchdown, out of bounds, or 1st down.
Important thing there was that it was a 1st down to stop the clock. Garrettson can't take a sack, but does. And that'll pretty much finish this drive for him. They'll use their final timeout. Perez Ford getting his 4th and a half sack of the year.
Their 3rd and final of the half. 30-second timeout.
Now the Big Ten champion Spartans with quarterback Connor Cook, who has emerged as such an important piece of that team. And Michigan State taking on Stanford in the 100th Rose Bowl game. Number 4 Spartans, number 5 Cardinal, 4:30 Eastern on New Year's Day. And of course you heard Robert allude to it. They'll talk about it more at halftime. But Max Bullock, middle linebacker, 3rd generation Spartan, team captain for Michigan State, suspended, not even making the trip.
Yeah, that's very difficult for the team, and I'll tell you what, that's very difficult for the coach too. People think it's easy to send people home. It's really not, especially when it's a captain. Obviously he did something wrong that was against the team rules.
Jordan Lynch, more effective through the air than he's been on the ground against his stout Utah State defense in the 1st half. Look at this pressure. No chance for Garrettson, who's sacked for the 3rd time in this 1st half. Perez Ford and Ken Bishop combined. And that should bring this 1st half to a close.
I would have called timeout and forced them to do something, make them or something. They wasted a little bit of time, though. They should have called that immediately.
Their 2nd of the half, 30-second timeout.
So Rod Carey using that 2nd timeout, forcing Utah State to run 1 final play. Now Jordan Lynch, 2nd runner-up for the Heisman. It's been more effective through the air than on the ground.
Yeah, putting together, though, a display of passing accuracy and prowess on the move, you know, finding receivers, making plays all over the field. And I'll tell you what, though, he is still one of the best rushing quarterbacks ever to play the game, just in terms of his durability, ability to set the field. But look at this, 14 out of 18 throwing, 156 yards. Only 28 rush yards, but scored the touchdown. A little bit uncharacteristic. I would expect them to focus on him carrying the ball more in the 2nd half.
If he gets 163 in the 2nd half, which he's capable of, he'd pass Denard Robinson for the most rushing yards by a quarterback in FBS history. Garrettson back to take a knee and run this first half clock out. Jordan Lynch's rushing touchdown, the only touchdown of this game. His Huskies will have the ball to begin the second half with a 7-6 advantage over Matt Wells' Utah State team, trying to win its 6th game out of its last 7. As we go down to Kara Capuano, who's with Rod Carey.
Coach, you elect to go for it there on 4th down. What made you elect to make that decision?
Oh, we missed first field goal.
Jordan Lynch, the offense, what adjustments do you want to see to put more points on the board in the second half?
Well, listen, we were backed up, went 3 and out, then fumbled, and then had a penalty down there. We don't got to make many adjustments. We're moving the ball fine. We just got to finish drives.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Rod Carey earlier this year said kickers, you just never know. They'll bounce back, though. Let's go to the studio now with Robert Flores and Jesse Palmer.